Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another edition, another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. I welcome each and every last one of you that are here with me live and live in color. If you are a member of the channel, double salute to you. You are a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Welcome. Appreciate your support always. If you are watching the replay of this live, I welcome you as well. We are definitely going to have a very short but sweet show today. Please click the like button when you come in. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Come on in. We are definitely going to bypass our Town Watch check-in just for this morning. We have to get right on with the show. I miss you all, by the way. I miss you. I'm so relieved. Some of you might not even realize what I'm talking about. You ever experienced peace in your life? Oh, it's a beautiful feeling. Very beautiful feeling. Definitely got to double salute the sponsors of this channel, our friends, Courtler Manis LLC, personal injury lawyers in the state of Pennsylvania and in the state of New Jersey, representing all clients from the tri-state area who needs personal injury lawyers for any situation. I guarantee you name it, workers' comp, slip and fall, medical malpractice, automobile accident, you name it. 267-457-4201, number at the bottom of your screen. Their website is wefightwewin.com. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this because they're friends of the channel. I'm saying this because I have personally utilized their services on numerous of occasions for a variety of different reasons within the past 10 years and even referred them to family members and friends. And guess what? We've never lost a case. When I tell you that they fight, they fight. And when I tell you they win, they win. Double salute to all of my family members, the Roll the Tape family in the live chat. I appreciate you all. I have one of the hottest live chats on YouTube. I guarantee you that. Promise you. Bar none, hands down. Bar none, hands down. Then I also have to plug myself in this because we can't do this alone without your support. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'm talking about at the bottom of your screen. That's the Cash App. $ Manager Marty, please feel free to support the channel. Your contributions help make this process of being an influencer not only seamless, but affordable and also motivational. Because I want to make sure that I do my best and go above and beyond to give you quality content with substance, not just entertainment, but also my primary objective is to educate you about the sport and the business of boxing. Enough with the hugs, handshake, and Valentine's. Let's start with Devin Haney, shall we? I know that people are listening to Devin Haney talk about him wanting to fight Brian Norman Jr. I know people have been listening to Bill Haney, who have been talking about fighting Brian Norman Jr. as well. The thing I got to say about that real quick is this. Let's keep it simple. Brian Norman Jr. has a fight coming up tomorrow. Literally, Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. I don't know why people are so enamored by asking fighters or bringing up to fighters who have training camps and current fights already scheduled. Why do they bring up what's your next fight when they already have a fight that they're preparing for? I don't know why members of the media, including social media and including content creators, when they interview fighters, I don't know why they ask, well, what do you think about this fighter? Well, what's happening next after this fight? Nothing. We have to get through this fight first. And I'm talking about Brian Norman Jr. He has a fight coming up. In fact, he's fighting tomorrow. Most of us already know that. But I'm looking at the landscape of what's happening in the media, boxing media, and people are talking about Devin Haney fighting Brian Norman Jr. and then of course Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr.'s Brian Norman Sr., which is Brian Norman Jr.'s dad, and Bill Haney, which is Devin Haney's dad. I was told that they had a conversation. I didn't hear their conversation. I don't know what platform that conversation was on, but I'm just telling you that I was told that they had a public conversation. And my thing is, why are we focusing on Brian Norman Jr. fighting Devin Haney when Brian Norman Jr. has a fight against Jen Sasaki? Now, I gave my breakdown of that fight. I gave my analysis of that fight and even a short little prediction of that fight between him and Jen Sasaki. So to me, irregardless of what fight we want to see Devin Haney in next, we can't use Brian Norman Jr. as one of the possible or potential opponents until after he fights Jen Sasaki. I'm not saying that he's not going to win against Jen Sasaki. I'm not saying that he's going to do bad against Jen Sasaki. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we have to give these fighters the privilege of staying focused psychologically for the task at hand when they have scheduled fights. There's no point in talking about who they're going to fight after the fact because anything can happen in boxing, okay? That's just the reality of it. Obviously, we know Brian Norman Jr. is scheduled to win against Jen Sasaki. In fact, if you go through the betting odds, man, they got Jen Sasaki losing by knockout, which is very likely. But all I'm saying is win, lose, or draw, let Brian Norman Jr. finish his focus and carrying out his plan and objective to win against Jen Sasaki in Japan tomorrow before we start talking about who he's fighting next. Now, let's get to Devin Haney. Devin Haney, at this point, he does not have a potential opponent. He doesn't. I wanted to make a public reference about that. So double salute to Jab Queen Boxing. She is a member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Tape Film Crew. Yes, I could have reached out to her privately, but I chose not to because she did a tremendous job. So double salute to Jab Queen Boxing. You did a tremendous job. I saw the video, heard the audio on your platform where you finally asked Bill Haney the question that we really all need to know the answer to. Very simple question, because Bill Haney had been advertising on social media, advertising in the boxing community, advertising on YouTube that there was this mysterious list that his son Devin Haney has with a list of up to 10 professional boxers that will be the potential opponent next for Devin Haney. And Jab Queen Boxing did a tremendous job. You did a wonderful job. It's really an understatement, me using the word wonderful. I was so proud of you, Jab Queen Boxing. Yes, I could have reached out to you privately, but I believe you deserve your flowers even more publicly, okay? You did a tremendous job. I don't even know what else to say after that. Seriously. I'm so proud of you. Also, I watched how Bill Haney cowered himself. He hovered himself. He was hiding behind the dumpster when Jab Queen Boxing approached him with a very simple question. Did you hear the tone inflections of Bill Haney's voice? I mean, that wasn't the real Bill Haney, right? The tough guy, the American gangster Bill Haney. Bill Haney was so soft-spoken. And I know people are going to say, but she's a woman though, Manager Marty. But if she was a woman, then why would he cower himself in front of a woman? He's supposed to be the big bad wolf. And when he got in front of Jab Queen Boxing, Bill Haney was, he couldn't even get his words out. He couldn't even get his words out. Jab Queen Boxing, I have to publicly say this as well. You remind me of myself when I get people up here on the hot seat. And I say that because you stuck to the program, Jab Queen. In other words, you didn't allow Bill Haney to gaslight you. Did he try it? Absolutely. You didn't allow Bill Haney to use the tactic of projecting. Did he try it? Absolutely. When you asked Bill Haney the question of who was the next potential fight off of this list for his son Devin Haney, you know what he did? He tried to spin it and use reverse psychology, projection, and gaslighting by asking you a question, Jab Queen. But you know what you did, Jab? You stuck to the program. You still was on your question, regardless of how he answered you. You did a tremendous job. Can somebody please, you don't have to, I don't ask for much, y'all. I promise you. I'm the least paid content creator on YouTube. I don't ask for much. Can somebody just type in Jab Queen in the chat? Yeah, that's my homegirl, but can somebody just go ahead? Just type in Jab Queen in the chat, please. Just type it in the chat, man. We got to support ours. We the Roller Tape family. We got to support ours. And if, guess what? And if you did not see it or hear it, please go on Jab Queen Boxing's platform. Jab Queen Boxing is the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. And you see how she had Bill Haney on the ropes. I mean, Bill Haney still did not answer your question, Jab. Still didn't answer your question. After all of that, we still don't know who Devin Haney's potential opponent is. So what that tells me is that Bill Haney is being fugazi. And it's unfortunate. I'm not here to try to talk bad about the guy, but y'all know me. I call it straight down the middle. It don't matter who it is. We got to be honest and real. Bill Haney has once again used these tactics to deceive the public. He don't have a list. There is no list. In fact, the two fighters that he did name was Tank Davis, and I don't have the time right now to play Jab Queen's audio because that's what I really, really wanted to do this morning. But I'm really pressed for time. But the bottom line is that, and I probably have to do a video after this live go off. So, because I want y'all to hear it, and I'm going to ask for Jab Queen's permission privately to see if I could use a piece of, her audio before I publish it. But the point that I'm making is, I want you all to hear that. Now, this doesn't mean don't go over there and subscribe to our platform. Please go over there and subscribe to our platform. We have to support her. But the thing about it is, Bill Haney is saying two names. When Jab Queen asked him a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time about this potential opponent next for Devin, guess what happened? He says Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Even Jab Queen Boxing knew that Bill Haney was capping, that Bill Haney was using a tactic to deflect. We saw that. So he used deflection, gaslighting, reverse psychology, and projection. And basically, we got nowhere. But Jab Queen Boxing did not allow him to get away with that. Oh, I love the piece of that audio. I was smiling from ear to ear, laughing. I had a good old time just listening to it. Because at some point, somebody has to hold Bill Haney accountable. Now, it's interesting to me, and I don't want to make this a gender-based dialogue, but it's interesting to me that Bill Haney, for some odd reason, he'll come over here in my live chat, right? He won't click the link so I can talk to him and ask him a few questions, right? But the same people that praise Bill Haney, give him all of this publicity on social media, give him all of this press on their platforms on YouTube, it's interesting to me that none of them hold Bill Haney accountable, but yet it took Jab Queen Boxing, a rookie YouTuber, and that's not a knock on Jab Queen when I say rookie, I mean she just started her channel. But everybody on YouTube at this point know in the boxing community that she's not a rookie in her boxing knowledge. I'm talking about her as a content creator, being new to the atmosphere. It took Jab Queen Boxing an opportunity that she used with the limited time she had to ask Bill Haney not just a question, but not allow Bill Haney to play mind games. He even asked her, well, who do you like? Bill Haney. That's not what she asked you. She asking you a question and you using reverse psychology to trick her up. So thank you again, Jab Queen Boxing. Double salute to my guy, honorary, Lucky McKinnell's coming through, warming up the air fryer. Thank you so much, Lucky McKinnell's, for the support and contribution to the channel. The Jab Queen is what Lucky McKinnell says in the super chat. He said, Jab Queen, that was him typing in Jab Queen's name. Appreciate you so much, big dog, for your support. And so now that Bill Haney did not do a good job with that dialogue with Jab Queen Boxing, a woman who is very knowledgeable about the sport of boxing, we still don't have an answer for Devin Haney's career. We still don't have an answer for Devin Haney's next opponent. I mean, the thing about it is this. Conor Benn's name even came up in that conversation as well. Well, what I'm trying to say is Devin Haney going to fight at 147, 140, or 144, the catch weight? No, I just want to know, is he going to fight at 140, 144, or 147? I just want to know. Because that basically depends on who his opponent may be. We know for a fact that Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson will not be fighting Devin Haney next. One of the reasons why we know that is that both Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis have fights scheduled within the next 60 days. I mean, it's reported that Tank Davis is going to fight in August against Lamont Roach in a rematch. And then, of course, we know on July 12th, Shakur Stevenson is going to fight William Cepeda. So my thing is, if those two guys are potential to be Devin Haney's next opponent, that means we have to wait basically until the end of the year, or even beyond that, somewhere close in 2026, for Devin Haney to get in the ring again. Number two, which makes that theory a problem, is because first and foremost, Shakur Stevenson nor is Tank Davis going to move up and weight to fight Devin Haney. You know what? I got a question on that with Bill Haney. He won't come up here, so I won't be able to ask him, but I wish somebody else, if y'all see him somewhere else, just ask him this. If y'all willing to fight Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis all of a sudden now, right? How come when y'all always in the same weight division, y'all didn't fight? In other words, why didn't y'all fight Shakur Stevenson when Devin Haney was in the same weight division? Why didn't y'all fight Tank Davis when Devin Haney was in the same weight division? That's my question. I mean, why would both of these guys have to move up in weight to fight Devin Haney? I mean, the last time I checked, both of those fighters are the A side compared to Devin Haney, especially Tank Davis, and we all know that. So why would they have to come into a fight at a disadvantage for Devin Haney? I mean, that's just a question. I mean, you know, I don't ask for much, but I'm just trying to figure out how is that possible. Now, I have a question on something, right? How come everybody make excuses for Devin and Bill Haney? How come? I'm not talking about the ones that don't make excuses for them. I'm talking about the ones that do. How come the people that make excuses for Devin and Bill Haney, how come they do that? I mean, honestly, no answer is good enough for me. It's just a question that I always wanted to know the answer to. Because, for example, every time Bill Haney says something on social media, whether it makes sense or not, whether he's using personality disorder tactics or not, such as projection, gaslighting, reverse psychology, and deflection, people still make excuses for him. And the excuse is he's just promoting his son. That's the biggest excuse that I've been hearing for the past 2 years on YouTube. He's just promoting his son. Well, when Jab Queen Boxing asked him who is the next opponent that's likely for Devin Haney to fight on this list that they have, how come he couldn't just answer the question straight up? How come he was using these tactics to manipulate the audience and play words solid and words spaghetti when he's the boxing manager of Devin Haney? Isn't he a form of the representation? Thank you, P Flame. Hey, Bill! That's what I want to know. Because if this is considered promoting Devin, he is doing a terrible job at it. Lying, defaming people's character, disrespecting and insulting people, putting other professional fighters down. That's promoting Devin? I'm serious, y'all. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying. I'm not here to talk about his opinion about his son being better than Mayweather or he accomplished more than Mayweather at a certain age. I don't care about that. My point is, how come everything is utilized as an excuse by saying, hey, he's just promoting his son? No, he's playing games and he should be held accountable for that because it's hurting his son's career. And it's always been hurting his son's career. And there's three things that Bill Haney needs to do to improve and enhance the career of Devin Haney. I've been saying it for 2.5 years now. And if Bill Haney is listening, hopefully he does it soon. Because the career of Devin Haney seems to be winding down right now. And I want to help that young man revive his career from one manager to one professional boxer. And these are the three things that I keep saying that Bill Haney needs to do. In fact, Timothy Bradley is even repeating my words. Now, we know Timothy Bradley repeated the same thing I said, and we know exactly where he got it from. Well, why do I say that? Because Tim Bradley wasn't been telling Bill Haney to do the things that I'm about to tell y'all that he should do. Right? And I'm okay with people, repeating something they heard from me. All I'm going to say is just hashtag say my name. The three things that I've been saying for the last 2.5 years that Bill Haney needs to do to enhance and improve his son's career is number one, be quiet. Number two, go in the background and learn the business of boxing. And number three, let Devin Haney get the shine. Let him conduct more interviews than you. Let him go on major platforms to conduct interviews so that the casual boxing fan, the targeted demographic, can make an appeal to his public image. It's hard to do that when we hear more of Bill Haney and what Bill Haney wants and what Bill Haney's perspective is, and everything is Bill Haney. Okay? Okay. Now, because I know Bill Haney is not going to do that, how about he do something else? How about he play the background and hire legitimate trainers who are going to have full authority over the training camp to really help Devin Haney in his situation that he's in now. And the situation that Devin Haney is in right now, is that Devin Haney is gun shy. We all know that based on his last performance. I mean, people always say you're only as good as your last fight, right? Oh, okay. I mean, Turkey Al-Sheikh is even talking about the fact that he don't even want to see running in any of these fights. Now, people said he wasn't talking about Devin Haney. I mean, who cares who he was talking about? The fact of the matter is, that's the last impression that's on the minds of the general public when you think about Devin Haney. In his last fight, all he did was run. All he did was retreat. And all his dad, Bill Haney, did was get on social media, conduct interviews, and actually tweet and applaud his son for landing only 70 punches in a boxing match that went 12 rounds. And didn't even score a knockdown or a knockout doing it. That did not fare well for the public image of Devin Haney. I mean, think about it like this. Bill Haney is a professional boxing manager, right? He is the CEO of DHP Promotions, right? So how come he doesn't know the potential opponents as a manager for his client? He publicized that there was this list of 10 fighters. We didn't ask him to do that. He publicized that. He brought up the fact that there's some list. But yet, when he was asked about the potential fighters, whoever were next to compete against Devin Haney, he had no answer. That's not helping the career of Devin Haney, nor is it promoting him. So we can't keep hiding behind this disguise that Bill Haney is just doing the things that he's doing and saying the things that he's saying to promote Devin. Yes, if Devin Haney was still fighting in Mexico, where Bill Haney was paying for those opponents to lose, yes, that's very appropriate. But now that Devin Haney is a multi-division world champion, that's not necessary anymore. I mean, it made sense in the early phases of his career, in the preliminary stages, that made sense. Bark loud, get people to listen to you, get people to listen to your son. But at this point, the antics, the gaslighting, the projection, the deflection, the reverse psychology, the lies, they are not necessary. In fact, it's not promoting Devin Haney at all. Now, somebody might say, well, how do you know it's not promoting Devin Haney? Well, tell me how much money is Devin Haney getting when he's fighting against guys like Ryan Garcia? Because the last time I checked, they actually got paid less than Ryan Garcia, but yet he was a world champion. And according to his dad, Bill, he is the face of boxing. Y'all see my point? We need answers. Not only that, but they did not conduct business on the fair market with any of the major promoters for their last fight. Because people keep telling me they're not with Eddie Hearn no more. But if you go listen to Jab Queen Boxing talk to Bill Haney, he even said, I just talked to Eddie Hearn last night. What y'all think he talking to Eddie Hearn for? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Why was Eddie Hearn at that last press conference again? When Devin Haney fought Jose Ramirez? Oh, all right. Why was Eddie Hearn at the press conference when Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia? Oh, all right. See, these are questions that no one else is asking. But of course, I'm in the business, so I know the right questions to ask. And apparently, so does Jab Queen Boxing, and I'm sure many of you have some great questions to ask Bill. But unfortunately, no matter whose platform he goes on, he's not going to answer the questions directly. You want to know why? Because he doesn't have legitimate answers. That's not promoting Devin Haney. I mean, it's just not. So the bottom line is that Bill Haney should have listened to Floyd Mayweather. Y'all remember when him and Floyd Mayweather was going back and forth, right? It's all widely publicized. Floyd Mayweather asked him a question. He said, you need help with your son? He said, you need help with your son? And once again, Bill didn't answer the question. He used deflection and reverse psychology and gaslighting. And he said to Floyd, your kids is the one that need help. Floyd Mayweather's kids is not professional boxers. We wasn't talking about Floyd Mayweather's kids. He was asking you about your son, a professional boxer. And right after he said that, Bill Haney did not humble himself, and he basically declined the offer. And Mayweather said, you needed some mother effing help the other day. The other night, y'all needed some help. What I'm saying is this: Bill Haney has to humble himself. Because most people in the game that push real buttons don't want to conduct business with Bill Haney. He doesn't know the business of boxing. He know a little bit, but he doesn't know enough to basically get Devin Haney to a point in his career where he don't need his dad talking for him anymore. Now, somebody's going to challenge me and say, well, Manager Marty, what are you talking about? Give us an example. Okay, I certainly will. Bill Haney took his son over to Eddie Hearn the first time and got a guaranteed contract signed to give exclusive rights to Matchroom Promotions and Eddie Hearn, just so they can get guaranteed money. Not only that, after that deal expired, Bill Haney took his son over to Bob Arum in Top Rank Promotions. And guess what? Signed a 3-fight deal with predetermined opponents to become a world champion, unified, by the way, to get a guaranteed purse. Not only that, after that deal expired and they fulfilled their obligation, they didn't fight Tank Davis next. They didn't fight Shakur Stevenson next. They cherry-picked Regis Prograis. And guess what they did to get that fight? Bill Haney walked his son right over to Eddie Hearn again to get a guaranteed purse. Y'all see the pattern in this? And all of these opponents that we're talking about were older in age and smaller in weight. That's the blueprint of Devin Haney. Now, I'm not hating on him and I'm not mad. The problem I have is knowing the business of boxing. If you're going to do all of that, then stop getting on YouTube and social media and all these platforms talking like you're your own boss. Because guess what? When it was time to fight Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney was a world champion. Right or wrong? So why was the world champion, the face of boxing, taking a lesser percentage than Ryan Garcia to get paid less than a guy who only had a left hook and who was a C-level fighter, according to what Devin Haney said in the lead up of that fight? And not only that, and I hate to have to bring this up, but Bill Haney did another thing. He walked his son over to this program. Go on and look at your screen now. Go on and look at it. The snack program. So not only is Devin Haney fighting overmatched opposition by obviously dominating fighters who are older than him in age and smaller than him in weight, but his performances are being enhanced in the process. Well, your screen has the snack system on there. That's the snack Instagram. Yeah. Victor Conti. And I'm going to read it because some people keep forgetting about this program. Snack system. Victor Conti's sports nutrition company. Snack offers products that improve your level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. Now, that build muscle part, that's the part right there that makes me think about what I'm saying. I mean, if you look at your screen right now, it's a picture of Devin Haney standing next to, well, I actually cropped this out so they can stand next to each other. Devin Haney standing next to Lex Luger. I mean, look at their physique. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. All I'm saying is Lex Luger got on YouTube in an interview, right? About 2 years ago and longer. He's been doing interviews for the last 5 years on his tenure as a professional wrestler. For some of you that don't know who he is, he's retired now, of course. And his health conditions, which were the consequences of his constant and repeated use and abuse of performance-enhancing drugs and steroids. That's all I'm saying. And so all I'm saying is Bill Haney wants all of this credit and recognition for himself and his son, but yet his performances are being enhanced. Legal or illegal, I'll leave that up to the experts. I'm not an expert in that part. So I'm not here to tell you that part. But I will say that Devin Haney's performances, they've been enhanced. Well, what's next for Devin Haney's career? None of us know. I mean, there's a list of fighters that we can name off the top of our head between the 140-pound division and the 147-pound division. And like I said publicly in the video that I published this week, I will say it again. If Devin Haney chooses to compete against professional boxers that are not older in age and smaller in weight at the same time, I think that's a really good thing to revive his career. Because the old blueprint is not going to work now that Devin Haney's stock has plummeted in his last 2 fights. He's going to have to get in there and compete against guys who are not overmatched. It's the same issue people have with Boots. It's the same issue people have with T.O. It's the same issue people keep having with Canelo Alvarez when they say he's getting in there with guys who have less experience than him. He won't get in there with David Benavidez. Keep that same energy when it comes to all of the fighters. All the rules should apply to all the fighters. That's all I'm saying. And when it comes to Tank Davis supposed to have a fight lined up in a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. in August in Las Vegas. That's what people are saying. I don't think the fight's going to happen in August because I haven't heard anything yet by the people that push buttons to make it happen. What I'm basically saying is we're already 8 weeks out to that proposed scheduled fight that the media keeps saying is going to happen in August. Well, where's the press conference? When is the announcements? When are tickets going on sale? We're 8 weeks out. And we know PBC always come through within 8 weeks of a professional bout when it's time to promote it. All I'm saying is I appreciate something that's being overlooked by Tank Davis. Tank Davis is not saturating social media. He's investing his time, staying behind the scenes as much as possible to stay in that gym and be active and be well prepared mentally for this fight. Because I believe in the first fight, I said this before, and I'll close out by saying this. I believe Tank Davis, he lacked focus while the fight was actually happening live. During the actual fight, Tank Davis, in my opinion, he was actually bored. He was losing focus mentally. I've been around boxers a very long time, and I have been a fan, supporter, and contributor of the sport of boxing even longer. And there's two things I know. I know when a fighter is enhanced as far as their performance is concerned. And I know when a fighter is hurt. And I think based on everything that happened that night with Tank Davis, emotionally, he is hurt. Psychologically, he is hurt. Now, people can take that any way they want. They can include how he was communicating with Calvin Ford in the corner, the way he was talking to Calvin Ford. You can include that in it. But the point I'm making is that Tank Davis will be more of a refined and refreshed fighter against Lamont Roach in the rematch if he works on those issues. Because he's the one that came out publicly before the fight even happened, during the promotion and lead up of the fight, that he had retirement all over his mind. And when a fighter typically has retirement on their mind and then they get to a place where they actually say what's on their minds, not just privately but publicly, that's indications that mentally they're checking out of the sport. So Gervonta Davis' blueprint is revealed. Stay in the background, make a statement here and there on social media, get back into the gym and regain focus and be fully prepared this training camp and totally dedicated so that there can be a different outcome and result in your next fight. That's the Gervonta Davis blueprint. And I actually hope that Devin Haney adopt that blueprint, because right now we don't know who his trainer is going to be. I mean, Sugar Shane Mosley was there. I mean, he wasn't in the corner as the chief second during the night of the fight. In fact, Sugar Shane Mosley said he was even surprised that Devin Haney did not implement any of the strategies that they worked on in training camp. Sugar Shane Mosley said, his words not mine, that he believed Devin Haney has adopted the mentality of his dad, a guy who never fought in the amateurs or pros. That bad business right there. So I wish Devin Haney the best, but his next opponent Hopefully this October, according to reports and all this other stuff that's being said about Turkey Al-Sheikh wanting him in the ring by the fall, he has to fight a reputable opponent, not an overmatched opponent, to restore his image after his last two performances. And if he does not do that, unfortunately, the train will stop for Devin Haney. And that's something that I don't want to see happen to this young man's career. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it.